What is up, YouTube? We have a special one for you today, and by special I mean the first one we've ever done, and that is our first podcast. It's going to be called Whatever We Want, simply because we're going to talk about
whatever we want.
Whenever we want. So, enjoy. If you want to listen to two dudes just kind of talk about what they want to talk about, and see what happens.
Hopefully this comes out decent, honestly. I'm pretty excited about the podcast itself. Because we get to explain a little bit more. More of our other videos have been like quick hitters of like, here's what you got to know and here's the quick facts, and now we get to like kind of relax and explain more in depth some of our thoughts. So I kind of like that idea.
I do too, and it's not planned out at all.
Mm-mm.
Like it's just kind of like, well, let's go do our thing and talk about what we got to talk about, I definitely enjoy having the freedom to do some more current events that you guys can probably expect on here, something that's a little bit more up to date.
Yep.
And it'll be more interaction, I think, with our subscribers and things like that too, to where we really come from and getting to know us.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's probably the biggest thing. If nothing else, this is going to be a get to know Colin C and Joe P a little bit more, a way we think, things like that.
Yeah, I agree. So, anyways, today is Saturday.
Sure is.
And Iowa sucks balls, dude. Did you watch any of the game?
I saw right before halftime. What was it, 20-0?
20-0. We're playing with dude. Yeah. So we have. I don't know why Charlie Jones is in the game. Dude fumbles it on like the 15, whatever. Kelly Martin, who's got 6 fumbles on the year, we keep putting him in, and 3 lost fumbles on the 1-yard line after we just had a 1-yard line stop.
Yep.
On our 1-yard line. And then Spencer Petras, one step up in the pocket, gets strip sacked. I mean, it's just
I've said it all year. I don't understand why Petras is. He has nothing good. He's not fast. He's not strong. He's not explosive. He's not super intelligent that I know of. But man, he is just running them into the muck.
And here's the thing, man. We recruit these dudes that aren't like leaders. It's not like someone that you want to go behind and be like, yeah, man, I'm going to put my life on the line for this dude. That's what you need in your quarterback. This guy's like I need to go somewhere else because I don't want to be anywhere around Petras when he's got the ball. Unless I'm a defender, knowing that I'm going to get a chance here.
Yeah, I think you probably, would you throw it on Facebook where you said everyone was calling out Bama. They want Bama. You're
after St. Ambrose. Yeah, what you want, Bama? What you want us to lose by 88?
You want North Scott, maybe.
Jeez. I just can't believe it. Why?
Yeah, it ain't good. It ain't good at all.
Spencer Petras, come on. And the coach ain't any better. They're putting him in terrible positions. Our offensive line is bad, but Petras not being able to even deliver the ball at all can't help him at all. I don't know. That's for another topic, but
we could have an entire Colin C podcast about how much he's a die-hard Hawkeyes fan, but he hates the freaking Hawkeyes so much.
I am. I'm seriously, and I'm that guy. I'll be honest with you. That's just like our defense is so good, and we have so many athletes, and we try so hard to recruit these players and bring them up from walk-ons, and then you've got Brian Ferentz over there just calling a big pile of freaking shit of 3 and out. Oh, it's 2nd and 14. Oh, wow. Let's do a little swing to the left side, short side of the field, off tackle.
Yeah, good.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We got beat.
Also, we have a little microphone here in front of us. We tried, we probably spent, 40 minutes trying to get that and this hooked up, YouTubing it, all these different ways.
$250 for the microphone.
We have so much time and money invested in this thing. We were like, you know what, we just need to just change the setting on this thing and just do it with one microphone right now until we figure it out and have someone that knows what the hell they're doing to help us out or something or get it figured out for us. So
if somebody would help us, that would be great. To have 2 microphones working simultaneously into Final Cut Pro. That's what we need.
Yeah, we need some help. I don't know who knows how to do that, but we need a Joe Rogan style of like two microphones, boom, into one unit. I don't know how it works.
And if we keep this going, we're going to buy the ones that come off and the Shure ones, and we're going to do it up big. But which actually leads us into crypto a little bit.
It does, which is our topic of today.
What is going on with that? I've been in crypto for this November 1st will be 10 months for me. How about you?
It's a little bit longer than me. Yeah, I'm probably running up on 2 months now, so
Yeah.
a lot less experience, of course, but all I have done the last 2 months, I am not kidding you, is sleep and breathe crypto. It's insane. I mean, ask Cadence on a drive to school. My stepdaughter, she's like, I am sick of you listening to this crypto stuff.
Would you turn BitBoy off, please?
Seriously, BitBoy again? Yes, Cadence, yeah. BitBoy again. Yeah, it's definitely getting into the end, and you would know better, of course, than I, because it is cyclical, of course.
Yes.
Not many people think that it is. They think it's too volatile, which it can be, of course, if you're not paying attention to it too much. But once you kind of sit down and understand the fundamentals of it, we're getting to the end of a big bull run, buddy.
Okay, so for a novice like me, and I mean, I'm no crypto master by any means or whatsoever. We'll get into how I got in all that stuff later, but coming from you, from a novice to maybe other novices, what is crypto? Mm-hmm. Because all you ever hear, like from even my number one, we ain't financial advisors. Do not take this as financial advice at all. Find a financial advisor you trust with your money. But what would you give to a person that doesn't know anything about crypto? What is it?
That's a good question. I'm still figuring that out myself.
So
because really, crypto has so many coins.
Yeah,
okay,
it's a digital asset.
Digital asset, of course, that has many different ways that you can buy and sell these different products. Of course, Bitcoin is super popular. Everyone says that Bitcoin is the digital gold.
Yes.
Of course, because it has some type of consistency to it now, or I guess it's a digital asset, so it doesn't have any consistency.
But it can go up.
But it can certainly go up.
Obviously.
And the big news with, of course, Bitcoin is that more countries across the entire world are accepting it as currency and buying into it and mining into it. So it's really at the start of something big. So I don't even think I answered the question of what cryptocurrency is, but I don't know. I guess what's your take on that?
Well, even it's hard to understand that you're going to take your hard-earned money and you're going to put it on this fake digital coin that you don't even get a coin for. Mm-hmm. And you're going to hope it goes up, and then you're going to hope through this app you're going to sell it for more than what you just bought it for. And you're going to hope that you're in the correct bull market, which means crypto's going through the ceiling, and sell it at the right time to make money.
Exactly, and then the other thought is, instead of kind of doing like the day trading, of crypto, which crypto is, you can sell 24/7. So that's what's nice about it compared to stocks, because I wanted to get into stocks more, and I was like, I'm at work all day. I don't have the time to trade stocks. I don't have the ability. So crypto, you can trade 24/7, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
But you can always day trade, or you can hodl, is what they call it, because some guy on a forum in 2010 or something like that, because crypto's actually been around for a long time. 2008 was when Bitcoin started, so you can just hold onto the crypto, and as it appreciates in value, you just sell then.
I mean, it's crazy to think that people that jumped on it early, there's this one guy who's like, hey, all your money should be going into crypto. You should be buying as many Bitcoins as you can. Yeah. And now he's like worth I don't even know what he put in. I think it was like 50 grand. He's worth like $200 million now.
Is that the same guy that was telling everyone $1 Bitcoin?
$1
That's all
Bitcoin.
You need. $1
Bitcoin. Yep. $1 Bitcoin. That's all you need. I remember, it's an 11-year-old video or whatever it is on YouTube, and you can't even see it. It looks like it's taken off of your freaking Atari phone bullshit or whatever, Nokia phone.
I mean, just think though, seriously. Okay, so when that guy said, you got to buy this Bitcoin, it's super cheap, just put in $100 worth of Bitcoin. Do you know how much money you would have right now if you put $100, just $100 in Bitcoin 10 years ago?
When it was 30 cents?
I mean, it's 65,000 right now.
Whatever,
fluctuating, of course, depending upon when we actually do this. But I mean, that's for one Bitcoin is $65,000. And imagine if you had $100 worth of 8 cents as a Bitcoin. I mean, insane.
And then you got the wallet. I mean, it's we're gonna have more topics on it, but it's insane what can happen. So Why don't we just share our stories about getting into, how did you get into Bitcoin? How did you get into crypto?
For sure. The way that I got into crypto was because of the guy with the yellow shirt sitting right next to me, and if you're listening, it's Colin. He was talking about it, like I said, it's been 10 months you've been in?
10 months on
He's
November
been talking
1st.
about it for 10 months, just jabbing in my ear a little bit of like, hey man, this crypto thing, hey, it's gonna be big, it's gonna be big. Me and Tanner, we're taking a life savings, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I count every single penny that I have. I put this much into my 401k, blah blah blah, and then I was like, you know what? Started drinking the one night. I'm like, let's just start looking into it, and I started like looking, and I'm like, man, this man has some good ideas because there are some possibilities to have this money absolutely explode.
Yep.
And I saw it firsthand. I mean, you showed me your portfolio of what's in there, and I know how much you put in there and how much is in there now, and I'm like, holy shit. That's a cool experience to be able to do that. Have your money make money.
And you don't have to necessarily do anything besides a little risk for the biscuit. But if you do your research, then you should know what projects are legit and which ones aren't, because they do have these things called meme coins and shit coins.
Right.
You want to avoid those. No, you can make some money on meme coins if you got some
Shiba,
balls.
Shiba just blasted. I mean, it was
through the roof.
Yeah, over like 300% change in a day.
Oh yeah.
People were making bank, but I mean that's rare because the basis of some of these coins are like decentralization of the money. So, for example, what that means basically is I give you money, you accept my money, now I have less money, you have more money. Like, that's it. There's no middleman, there's no bank, there's no person telling
percentages,
you.
All that
there's no
bullshit.
percentage. So that's, some of these concepts are based off of that, where a meme coin, like Shiba Inu or Dogecoin, is kind of just fake. They were making fun of crypto for a while, so like, let's just make a fake crypto and see what. And it started kind of blowing up, So it's kind of cool on that sense, risky on another sense, of course. But how did you get into it? I guess I don't even know. I know Tanner was talking about it. But
so my buddy Tanner, how I got into it is my buddy Tanner and our buddy Tanner.
Yeah.
I was big into stocks at this point in time. And I don't even know if she should be saying this, but Jesse's grandma had left her and and all the cousins some money. I think we got a check for a decent amount of money, like 24-ish grand or 28 grand. I can't remember exactly what it was, but that was all the money we had in the world because I was still building up my business and we still had debts from it. So we paid off a credit card that we had, and we had $17,995 sitting in this account, and that was literally all the money we had. We had like $900 in our bank account. And Tanner, my buddy's like, hey, give me your money. I want to put it into crypto. I had no idea what crypto was, zero clue. And I'm like, Tanner, what are you talking about? Like, this is all the money I have, and it's Jesse's grandma gave it to Jesse. It's hers. Well, I took it all out of the account, and I put $5 in too to make it an even $18,000. And I gave it all to Tanner.
Did you put it all in one crypto or all on Cardano?
All on Cardano.
Okay, do you want to explain Cardano a little bit? You have kind of what the basis of that is?
So Cardano ADA, which I had no idea what it was. It might as well have been Mandarin because I had zero clue. I just knew one of my buddies was like, hey, man, give me 18 grand and, I got your back.
And Tanner's trustworthy, by the way. He's not a sketchy dude by any means.
By no means at all. I was like, all right. And then Jesse found out we got divorced. But that's a whole nother story. And so I give him this money, and he throws it on ADA, which is basically ADA, which is Cardano. That's their ticker symbol, ADA. They're trying to essentially bank unbanked Africa right now and then get much bigger. They basically do what Ethereum does, but only for less fees when you're trying to do transactions.
Yeah, and there's a lot of support behind ADA right now because the guy who started is actually over in Africa, like pushing this project there. Like he is on the front lines, like, hey, this is how we get all of your schooling system documented and all the things that your kids grow up with now. Instead of it just being a piece of paper that's ripped to shreds, it can actually be online and things like that to where you can track it over time. So it's a very cool dynamic that they have built up.
Well, and he's getting into a place that's never had this before.
Right.
Where I don't know how many people are in Africa that need to be banked, but it's ridiculous. I mean, it's insane. And he helped start Ethereum, so he knows how to build up these projects. And he's been made fun of. He's been ran through the mud. I like him a lot because he really doesn't give a shit. Like he just I didn't even know who he was. Anyways, I gave him all my money, all of our money, none of my money, to be fair. And so this was
thanks, Jesse.
I guess we got in November 1st. So this is 100% vulnerable as I can be. We had $920 in our bank account. When our house payment came up, we couldn't pay our house payment. Our checking account was negative $342 because we literally didn't have enough money to pay our house payment. So
because it was all in Cardano.
It was all in Cardano. And Jessie about killed me. She about killed me. And I'm like, I gave it to him, and she wanted me to get it back. I'm like, it's in the digital coin, girl. It's gone. I'm like, what you want me to do? See ya, you know. And so that was a little rough couple weeks, but looking 10 months, we got obviously a little baby loan thing, and helped. We got the house payment paid for, and obviously worked out well there. But now the value's pretty big.
Yeah,
I'll just tell you this: I got in at 31 cents, and it's paid off to this bull run so far, and we've bought a bunch of more with it because I kind of sold some of it to diversify a little bit. And number one, I wouldn't suggest anybody do it. I mean, it was probably, if that goes to zero,
you have $0.
I mean, we have $0. We have negative $342.
Right.
We have no money.
Exactly.
So it was not a risk that I would suggest taking whatsoever. But I did.
I would say I was certainly a lot less risky with how much I put in there. I kind of started with like a small chunk, and then I saw it kind of fluctuate a little bit when it was in there, and I got really interested in it, and so I put a little bit more in, and then a little bit more in, and then a little bit more in, and I have like 5 or 6 different cryptos that I actually own, so I'm not all in one. I don't know, maybe it's a bad idea, maybe it's a good idea. It's a little bit diversified.
Well, I think it depends on what you truly believe in, too.
Sure,
if you really believe in one, do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and everyone's different, of course. Everyone that I've listened to about crypto or read up on crypto, if you're a beginner, if you're a novice, putting money into maybe like 2 to 5 that you believe in, fantastic, great, cool. You get more than that, you can't follow the news on them. You get just one, then I don't know, so that was kind of my take on it. It was how I'm at right now.
Well, and every bull run and every bull cycle, which is about roughly 4 years, you never really know, but roughly 4 years, you're going to have some coins that 200x.
Right.
Like literally that just go through the roof because these projects are nothing, and then they just become something. This year, Tanner and I, we had to wire money because we were wiring so much in, and we were 2 days away from getting Cardano at 11 cents.
Yeah. That would have been huge.
At 11 cents.
Huge.
You're doubling 11 cents now instead of 31.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yep.
Like, that's just nuts.
Yeah,
2 days away from a wire not going all the way through because his freaking bank took for fucking ever. But it is what it is, man.
Yep, and that's the thing with it too is timing the market. You want to try to get in some that are new and up and coming, but you don't want to be like, well, I don't know anything about this company, but they're at 3 cents, so I'm going to throw, or 0.000005 cents like Shiba Inu was, or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's just not realistic for some of them to explode through the moon. But unlike stocks, it has the potential to grow at this exponential rate that no one has ever seen before.
And on top of that, it's not near, and I was in stocks for a while, it's not near as manipulated as stocks. I hated it when it was like, oh, whatever his name is coming out and talking, so the stocks are through the freaking floor, then they go back up, now they're through the floor again for 6 months. Yep. Jerome Powell, or what was his name? Was that his name?
Yeah, I think so.
I was like, dude, stop talking or whatever, but it's like, it was so manipulated by the hedge funds, and if you watch Billions, I have zero idea if that's true or not, but if you watch it, it's like, I'm getting out of the stock market, this shit ain't for me.
Yeah.
So crypto was like, hey, you can throw this here, and you can look up legitimate projects. Mm-hmm. And I would say some of it, for me too, owning my own business is a little different, is that I have zero retirement. Everything is made up on my own. There is no help from anybody at all. So your 401k, all these things that you have going for you. I don't. So I've got to be able to diversify, a little bit more.
It's a very good point. Yeah, I know you had brought that up in when we were doing those Sunday drives back in the day. That was actually one of our hottest videos at the time, was your new age retirement plan of, what I'm saying. So if you haven't watched that video, you probably should go back and watch it, because Colin brings up a lot of good points in that one. But yeah, it's definitely, some people got to take some risks, man. And you don't have any good stories by saying, well, I was very conservative for 2% over 40 years.
Yep.
You got the good stories by saying, well, I wake up in the morning and I freaking run around naked.
I threw all that bitch on there.
I threw that 18K on guard.
Threw it down the lane and see what happens. And you make up a good point, and that's even life. It's like, if you want to sit on the sidelines and you want to go through and it's like, oh, I earned 6% this year like everybody else, or I kept the 17 grand in my or 18 grand in my bank account and it earned a .006.
Right.
It's like, okay. I mean, that's not going to even get you anything anymore.
Mm-mm.
Like, taking a little bit of risk from me, that's life. Like, let's go do some shit, and yeah, if I lose it, guess what? Well, whatever. I'm in the same position.
Well, and think about it this way too: that 18 grand sitting in your bank account, making .03% or whatever else it is, and the inflation rate this year is over 5%. So that money that you have is actually less money, because you can't buy anything, the things that you wanted to buy previously. So this is a way to beat inflation, actually, which is impossible. Inflation's always going to go up, but this is a way to stay ahead of inflation. Is crypto assets? I truly do believe that.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And if you're not overly stupid with trying to jump in the meme coins and the shit coins and projects you truly don't believe in, because what does happen is that people get into projects, they don't believe in it, they see it drop 8% in one day, and what do?
They got paper hands and they sell it.
I'm telling you right now, not Cardano, to be fair, not Cardano, but I'm in 7 projects. 6 of the 7 I was in the red, besides Cardano. 6 of the 7 at one point in time, because there was a big crypto crash about 4 months ago. And there was one where I had a decent amount of money in, and I was down over 75%.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
But you can't. People will take that out. It's like, don't invest stuff into crypto and things like this if you can't afford to lose it. Like, Don't empty your bank account and put it in crypto, dummy.
Yeah.
But that's what you got to be willing to do that if you're going to get into this type of stuff.
For sure. Yeah.
And you got to do some you've been so smart because you've been doing research. Like, you can already talk, literate about these things. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's fake coins."
Yeah.
What are you putting in fake coins?
The thing that I hear consistently, I brought it up to my financial advisor, a guy that I have actually money into, a Roth IRA. I brought it up to a couple people that I'm like, these people definitely know about money, right? That's their job, things like that. Everyone that I've talked to say it's just too risky, it's too volatile, we wouldn't recommend doing it. It's kind of just fake money, it's fake coins and stuff like that. And if you have that response, you're simply uneducated on the topic, that you don't understand the ins and outs of it. Some stuff, yeah, sure, it's a fake coin. I mean, it's made up and people are trying to rip people off. But there's a lot of really, really good stuff out there that just spend the time. Go do some research. I mean, honestly, go listen to freaking BitBoy.
Yeah.
He has plenty of other people that come on. You find someone that you like, go listen to them. I mean, it's good stuff.
Well, you make a good point, and what I love about the point you made is that if you don't, and that's one thing we do very well, if we don't know, we're just going to tell you, I don't know. I need to do some research on it. Would I personally throw my money into crypto right now? Talking as if I was a financial advisor, I'd be like, no, because I don't know what's going on with it. But I'd be like, hey, look at it, come back to me, let's chat about it. Versus, nah, it's fake money, it sucks. Just because don't think you're gonna get your percentage. Why don't you get some financial advisors out there that just do crypto?
I know.
Does that happen? I don't know. Is that a thing?
I don't know of any. I actually looked it up the other week just to see if there's any that do it. And I found this guy. I don't know if what really he does, but he had some really cool ways to, I don't want to say avoid taxes by any means, but ways around taxes and stuff like that, which, they give you these breaks for the government with tax breaks and things like that because they want you to do these things, build businesses, blah, blah, blah. That's why they have these incentives. But ways when you have a lot of money in crypto that you can
roll it over,
move it around and things like that. So I don't know if he's a financial crypto guy, but he definitely talked as if he was a financial advisor and does crypto. So I don't know. I think they're out there, but they're going to explode soon.
But you know what I'm saying, to where they're like, everybody says, this is not financial advice. Like, this isn't. But you know what, all that shit. Who's the guy I can go to that is financial advice with crypto? No, I don't want to know if you're not. I want to know if you are. Yeah. Or can you, because the government is too scared of it, they don't really recognize it or whatever, do they not even want a financial, like, is there not a overarching crypto? Probably not.
I think that's a very
look
at
question. The Rogue Invitational this year is paying out in Bitcoin. If you take the money and you don't take Bitcoin, you're an idiot. You are an idiot.
Take the Bitcoin.
Take the Bitcoin. You're going to double your prize money by just letting it sit there.
Yeah.
Take the Bitcoin.
If you win it right now and you put it into Bitcoin, probably not going to make a ton before the end of this bull run by any means, of course. As we're continuing to build up before we kind of just dump back off at some point. No one really knows when that'll ever happen.
No clue.
But people are projecting, potentially early next year or late this year that might be kind of the end of this extreme bull run. But who knows?
Who knows?
Nobody does, of course.
No.
But yeah, it's super interesting. Tesla is accepting Bitcoin again. They stopped accepting Bitcoin. They're going to start accepting Bitcoin again. All these crazy things going on in the news.
I love Elon Musk, and then I hate Elon Musk, and then I love him, and then I hate him. But I will say, look at all these people just moving around to get lower taxes, to get out of these states that really aren't good for building businesses. Nope. I mean, if you look at the states that are losing population, so almost every state in the country, you're going to see pretty much gains population every year. It's very hard to lose population. Like 8 of the 10 that lost population this year were states that aren't good for business, and I think we know where we're going with it, but it's like, I mean, what do you think is going to happen? So when a pandemic hits, does your governor, does your president, does the people who make decisions, I guess, for you, do they have your back or not? And for me, I'm only living in a place where that person's got my back.
Definitely has. I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah. I don't want to get too deep into that, but I know exactly where you're going.
You know what I'm saying? Just in businesses and money purposes.
Sure.
I want a person that's like, hey, man, I want your business to be open.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be closed. I want it to be open.
Yeah. Because that business, your business, is how you're housing your family and feeding your family, and it's good for my state that I run. Like, everything is good for everyone if you stay open, type of deal. So I don't know, man. Yeah, I think that's a solid point as well.
But, dude, what did you think about? I have another. What would you say? Not to go off topic.
Yeah.
But what would you say is your number one most important, if you had to say it, what's your number one most important place at your age right now to be thinking about money-wise?
What do you mean? How do you
at 28, what do you want to do with the money you have saved? And where do you want it to go? Are you looking at trying to double your money via crypto, via stock market? Are you trying to invest into a business? What would you say is the most important thing for you right now?
For me right now, well, I guess I'll tell you what I am doing with my money, and we can kind of spin it off of there. So at my work, of course, I have a 401k. I think it's like a 5 or 6% match. So I put 6% of my salary in. They match it. Great, cool. I have another guy. I have a Roth IRA with him.
Can you not touch that at a certain? I don't even know.
Yeah. So for 401k, especially with the Roth, because they're both Roth spins on the retirement plan, you cannot pull it out until you're, I think, 59 and a half, and if you do, you get a large penalty, and then you have to pay taxes on it. So after 59 and a half, you can pull that money out.
Yeah.
You can in installments or whatever, or you can pull it all out at one time, and you do not get taxed on that at the time.
Okay.
Is kind of the benefit to it, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's nice. Trying to avoid not avoid the tax. I don't know what the word is for it. But minimize taxes that you have to pay.
It's not as much.
Duh. And then of course there's always the what's left over, okay? And, I want to go on cool trips with my friends. I want to do cool stuff. I want to go on vacations with my wife and my family and things like that. And then whatever is left over, I have to either invest because I opened up a small business, the thing I'm doing at work, or throw into crypto at this point, because I think the biggest bang for my buck is probably crypto at this point, even though the other things are slow builders, of course, right? And I already have a lot of money into them.
I gotcha.
I don't even know if I answered that question at all, but I think 28. A lot of people talk. You should have some type of savings, right, in case shit goes wrong. Somewhere between hopefully $1,000 to $3,000 in your savings account just to hang out in there.
Dog eats a bunch of freaking socks. You got to cut that thing open, get the sock out.
Exactly, like a golden doodle that I have, of course. He always eats socks. So something like that, or your car breaks down or whatever. And then once you have that and a hopefully comfortable buffer or someone that could potentially help you out is always nice. Then I think that the rest should be going towards something that will hopefully make you more money in the future. My opinion.
For sure. Yeah, that's something I struggle with too, man. It's like living enough in the moment that I do what I want to do, but in the end, it's like I got to have enough saved away from but I'm like, I'm so not worried about this. I'm so worried about right now that it's like, I don't know. It's probably bad, but it's true. It's just like, I'm like right here at all times. And like, I mean, even with this Iron Man stuff or whatever, I don't know. Yeah. It's like, fuck it.
Well, the name of this podcast is Whatever We Want, which is the issue that we run into is right now we want that. Like we want that.
Let's go.
So that's what we run into, of course. But yeah, I think looking in the long haul certainly helps,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, something comes up bad and you need to be, Johnny on the spot with some kiss ash. But I don't know. Maybe we just do TikTok videos. We should start doing that.
We should. I don't have a big enough ass.
Dude, they just shake my ass. Just kind of like the dudes with the hair. I ain't got no hair, but they like look at the camera and they go left and then they go right and
What about the guy with the I don't know. The guy that literally said nothing in any of his videos? You know what I'm talking about? All he did was go this, you know what I'm talking about? Where it was like where they like cut all this crazy stuff or whatever, made this super complex, and he just like grabbed a piece of paper and like ripped it. He made millions of dollars on these stupid TikTok videos.
And he deserves it, man.
God, he definitely, because they're hilarious. I watched every single one of them.
This guy deserves it. You just click through and you're there, and then you got these other, you got the stay-at-home moms now, like dancing with a mop while they're mopping the floor, and they're like doing the thing where they cross their feet and they're walking backwards. I'm like, what is going on? And why am I watching this?
And they're making money because I'm watching it. And they're making money because I'm watching it. How does that happen?
I don't know.
That's the world we live in right now.
We're not cool enough, and I'm not a good enough dancer. All right, to be fair, when I'm 9.5 Coors Lights deep, pretty good dancer. Anything below that, probably need to stay away. Anything above that, probably need to get off. But 9.5's the number for me.
That is a solid number.
What's your number?
Oh, I'm a good dancer at any point in my life. I can have a half a summer shandy. I can have 20 summer shandies, and this body just grooves.
That's a skill this Mexican didn't get, man. Just didn't get it. I can kill a quinceañera.
Yeah, I want to get you a little tiny guitar and have you start playing. Maybe get you a fake mustache and a sombrero.
Guitar. What do they call that? Just a ukulele?
We could call it well, that's more Hawaiian a little bit. So we need a Mexican one. Yeah, my son likes watching Coco. Does Jovi like Coco?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, the Disney movie.
She's Spirit and something else.
Oh, I think she's actually scared of Coco, your wife said, so.
She could be.
Yeah, she doesn't like that one, but Maddox loves that one. But anywho, yeah, that's my take on that. I don't even know what we were just talking about, but I guess that's the point of the podcast, just kind of drift off.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess you just kind of do what you want to do.
Yeah, and I think this is a good point to get at, of course, because we really like just going on a tangent. Colin and I are both pretty damn good at it, of just rolling with the punches and hitting the left, then hanging a Ricky and doing whatever we got to do. So sure. I think that this podcast thing will be good. We just need to figure out this damn mic. This thing.
The mic thing really pisses me off. Yeah. We got some decent amount of time into figuring out why this thing don't work with this thing.
Yep.
And a lot of YouTube videos that's what I love about YouTube and I hate about YouTube, is that how many videos you have to watch and Google or search for the little search bar, and it's just not exactly what you need, but it's close.
Right. It's close enough. We figured it out with this one. So what is it gonna be next week or the week after that we'll be in the Keys?
Oh, that's next. No. Next weekend I'm in Knoxville, seeing a couple friends, and then Key West it is.
Key West for us.
Scuba diving for me.
Yeah, you getting a recert?
No, finishing our cert. You have to do at least our scuba diving. We had to go pay a shit ton of money, go into a pool in Cedar Rapids in February, freezing, and then within I think it's 10 months, maybe it's 11, maybe it's a year. I don't know. a year, I think. And then you have to go to an actual open water site and do 2 dives for 4 hours to actually get certified.
So you said we. Who's the other person?
Tanner.
The crypto guy.
Maybe we took out a little bit of funds. Maybe we threw some in the scuba diving because it was way more expensive than I thought it was going to be.
Is there anything that we have done that you're like, wow, that was way cheaper than I thought it was going to be?
Nope.
No. Ironman training, that was pretty expensive. This YouTube setup, that was pretty expensive.
Yep.
Anything that we've ever done, we have never said that. Oh, that was cheap. Okay, great.
Wow, we just bought bottle service at the club. Wow, that was more expensive than I thought it was going to
be. Yeah, we've done that a couple too many times. I think.
Shit, that's funny.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
that might be. Oh my God, is that a mosquito?
I don't know, but I feel like it just flew up my nose.
Yeah, it looked like one.
That was ugly.
Well, that's probably where we could wrap it up for episode 1 of Whatever We Want podcast, I guess.
Yeah, I got nothing else on the mind today, and honestly, Iowa just lost a couple hours ago, so I'm ready to go drink some beers.
Yep, yeah, that's pretty upsetting. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully you guys enjoy listening to us just blab and ramble about maybe a little bit of crypto stuff, a little bit of just our own lives a little bit, and if you do. Certainly like this stuff. Like this video, this podcast. Subscribe to the channel, of course, because we're going to be doing this all the time. Hit that little boop, subscribe-y button. And then, of course, drop us some comments and see what else potentially maybe we should talk about. And hopefully someone knows how to get this thing fixed for us. That'd be great. But other than that, you got anything else to add to the cast?
Any other topics would be great.
Yeah. Hit us with some topics.
Throw some in the comments. Let's do it.
Cool. All right. Well, we will catch you guys on the flip side next time, whenever that is. Probably next week.
Let's get it rolling.
Boom.